All animals want to live. Food. Pet. Food. Where do you draw the line? My hungry ace could not own a pet shop. Leave a baby in a womb for 9 months at 98.3 degrees and it's fine. But leave it in a car at 98.3 degrees for 10 minutes and that mother ducker quit on life. You ever bake a cookie twice? This is the best and worst sentence I've read today. Gets bullied at school all day. Decides to make some posts on Reddit on subreddits I like. Gets downvoted and bullied on Reddit. Which one of your posts got downvoted? One of your many posts about we, or that one mutilation done a confession? What? Qatar vs Ecuador is the opening World Cup match. Who are you supporting in the first 2022 Qatar World Cup match between Qatar and Ecuador? Qatar is gonna win 1-2-0 with the goal in the second half. That's my prediction coming from the rumor that the game is rigged with that score. Edit, I was wrong LMAO. In the 36th minute the Qatar keeper will slip over the blood soaked in the grass of an immigrant worker that recently died. What the duck are you even supposed to say after you get needs? My grandma says your hair looks nice. What's the best response to your weird? You talk a lot shut for a dude in cram shot distance. What the duck? This comment right here. Officer, don't cram any closer. I'm loaded. You're walking through the woods when you come across the body of a recently murdered frosty tooth. What do? I'd change directions. Obviously I'm walking in circles. Same photographer I guess. Why do celebrities do this? Wrong answers only. Size of their race hole after now. Content banned? What the duck was the sub? Men shoving flags up their pants. I'm not talking like the ones that may come on a cake. I mean full-sized flags up their urethra. It was surreal. There would be a gif of an eek guy. Then bam, out comes the full North Korean flag. The best one was some guy with a gun whipping out the Taliban flag while screaming slurs and pointing a gun around. I'm gonna paint the wall with my brain particles. What's the grossest thing you do in private? I use my shut as lubricant for masturbation. That's enough of internet for the day. Holy shit. We have a winner here. I thought the hide and seek game had changed, but it's actually just a fetish couch. This is real. Imagine sitting on the new sofa your friend bought, then you feel a tongue in your ace. Sad damn hose scene. Zombie apocalypse starts. Average gamer. Plants vs Zombies gamers. Gamers looking at P to be like. I want to hold an otter's hand. Doctor, so how exactly did you get these bite marks on your pens, Mr. Edwards? Me, wheel. Alright, so, hypothetically, let's say you got an entire apple stuck in your foreseen. What should be done first? Please answer quickly. A mom left her 2 kids, a child and baby in a car seat, alone while she went into dance class. She can dance if wants to. She can leave her kids behind. Cause her kids don't dance, and if they don't dance, well they are no kids of mine. Using after a normal sentence is the funniest shut ever. Had to bury my wife again. Morning routine. Sigma grind set. 1. Wake up. 2. Take a dump. 3. Get out of bed. Wake up. Take a shot. Eat. Get out of bed. Have breakfast. This is what people don't understand. Kids don't care about what gender you are. They just wanna know if you have candy, wanna play, or to point out all your insecurities. I'm transgender. I don't care. You're ugly. It's all fun and games until she makes a balloon animal out of your junk. Your Slex toy has been delivered. Your parents open the box and ask you about it. What do you say? How the duck did you get in my house? Okay, that actually made me laugh. Why the duck are you alive? Now that's an easier way to skull-duck someone. I usually take the eye out. What kind of person holds the door while someone is getting dragged out by her hair and they say chivalry is dead? This comment made my morning. In cars, the truck stop advertises convertible waitresses. Tapeless. Also in cars, when Lightning McQueen wins a race and is getting interviewed, there are his girl fans who flashes their headlights to McQueen. Sometimes my neighbor rubs her cliff tourists with a pickle. Oh Panzer of the Lake, what is your wisdom? Percentages are reversible, so 6% of 50 is equal to 50% of 6, which is much easier to calculate. My 7th grade maths teacher taught me a cool percentage trick in which 64% becomes 87% after you let him take a picture of unique. Go duck that guy's mother. Mayday, mayday. He has 2 dads. This is where the fun begins. Pixar in 2089. What if planets had feelings? I want to see a porno of Saturn ducking Pluto with its rings. Take my upvote and never say that again. Before Lex. Hair, you're so hard. My grandpa bursting into the room. You wanna know what was hard? Me, not now grandpa. Grandpa, the war. Just how hard was the war, grandpa? Was it this hard? No Jimmy, that's too weak, just like your mother. Nut and Barbara, or Nut and Starfire. I'm for Nut and Starfire, but I also grew up with the OG Teen Titans cartoon, so I prefer that relationship. What's your guys' preference? Nut and balls. When you walk past your mom who is in a bad mood and accidentally triggers a 2 hours long unskippable cutscene. It's why I uninstalled that downloadable content. Is that a pipe bomb in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? If you see a bulge in a woman's pants, if she is liberal it is a pants, if she is a conservative it is a gun. I think I want both. This was made by a 13-year-old. My son was made by a 13-year-old. Man ill knew his armband being checked by the linesman. A bulk person is checking a German for their arm badges. So much goes for making progress. Ask me a question about anything, then edit your question to make me look bad. Do you enjoy getting touched inappropriately by your father? Of course. I'm not a bad daughter. Writing tip: if you push buttons on a keyboard, letters will appear on the screen. And with that power you can do anything. I think it was cruel to give Lightning McQueen a foot fetish, as he lives in a world where all feet are wheels. He has nothing. Sorry, I wasn't talking to you, I think. This is the biggest group I'm in. My son had knocked my wax burner over, and it's gone all over his laptop screen. That's the school laptop. Any ideas how to get it off, please? Otherwise I'm paying out for the laptop right on top of Christmas. I remember leaving the family laptop looking like this when I was a teenager. Cop trying to teach high schoolers how to be a good police officer accidentally shoots student. Task failed successfully. Kids, we noticed your high school has not experienced a school shooting. Officer Jimmy and I are here to fix that. Now we couldn't find your normal white extremists, but this is Indiana and the cops are close enough. Officer Jimmy here is now going to pop a cap in someone's ace. Do we have a volunteer? You'll get a few days off from school, and the rest of you will get PTSD. Now let's begin. Striped pears are like cats. They sit on your lap, but you cannot touch them. But if you are respectful and charming, they may touch you a bit. Sir, please stop being weird with the cats. Milk, white poison, or healthy drink? Also statistically, banning milk will greatly reduce the amount of fathers that go missing every year buying it. Pretty much what they look like when you bite them. Oh, mate. You're showering at home when suddenly you hear multiple loud knocks on your bathroom door. Problem is, you live alone. What do? Grab the peep knife. I really hate that I know that story. Human memory needs an audit function. It's my boyfriend. Woman stopped at airport while wearing bet flag containing boyfriend's ashes. Wow, so it's fine when a girl does it, but when I had grandpa in my bet ducker 3000, I get arrested for stealing him out the jar. Is the metric system actually better? You guys are too harsh towards US. They've been using 9mm in schools for a while now. Enjoying a 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi. Warning, vomit alert. Yoke it back into the bottle and seal it up for another 20 years. He was doomed to fail. His direction was in a hard 45-degree angle. Any stimulation would have made him explode. Bro, the clock inspector. The canny Pringles commandant. Public service announcement. Please do not jack off your father while he is slowly dying in the hospital. I don't care how much better you think he will feel. And no, we won't take the Farley out so he can repopulate. Stop it. Was in the next room when a colleague walked in on Granny ducking her adult grandson once. Police were called. People are so ducking weird. How did you decide who was ducking who? Granny was very much on top. For boys only. What part of the girls you really are attracted? All of it, except hair. Hard to cook, weird taste, plus they always stuck in my throat while eating. I'm the best dressed mother ducker at this playground. Why are you there, gang? To play. Snacks, I can't be within 300 feet of one of those. I play video games. I yelled what the hell when he threw up. There's a seamless body behind the Domino's I work at. Gentlemen, it is my pleasure to inform you that I finally got a girlfriend. Least schizophrenic redditor. Using after a normal sentence is the funniest shut ever. Had to bury my wife again. RJ Knit. Star. Breaking Bad. Amazing. He still refuses to break character after all this time. The dedication. Just had a great idea for cemeteries. I'm high as hell and just discovered I can fit way more dino nuggets in my air fryer if I put them vertically. Great idea. If you air fry the bodies long enough, you can fit way more in one casket. Ah yes, the they/them GBU. Thereby completing your transition to a/were. George not found. Tries to make a potato row. What do you call an Irish frosty tooth? Reddit. What parts of your family history is interesting? My family tree has this one branch that loops back to itself. Has anyone ever had a pet taxidermy before? And if so, how much did it cost? I stuffed a catty once. Cost me a house and 2 cars. Write that down, write that down. Are you going to sleep? Yes I am. Now shut up. There should be a show where mothers of Pansters react to their daughters' videos. Fathers would be better. I don't think there are a lot of Pan stars that have fathers. We could call it Daddy's Little Princess. It's easy to play classical themes. He really knows how to ding a A minor. Gentlemen, it is with great pleasure to inform you that my first date ended in a disaster. Good job. Track them down and eat their skin. Grown men really let a football match ruin their day. Grown women let zodiac signs shape their future. I mean, answer really does change your life. Here is a funny story from my grandma. She used to work in an ER in Puerto Rico. Some guy had passed away and so the doctor came up to her and asked her to prepare the body to go to the morgue. So she got some sheets and started to wrap this guy up. As she crossed his legs, suddenly his pens became fully erect and was straight up. She wasn't sure what to make of it, but it forced her to have to redo the sheets. So as she uncrossed his legs, the pens went down. So she was like, alright, let's get this over with. Then she crossed them again, and lo and behold, the pens went straight back up. Tried one more time, and then she got freaked out, and went back to the doctor. Obviously he found this hilarious as the guy apparently had a prosthetic in his pens. Die Hard. Current world population. 8,035,978. Would be too bad if it suddenly goes back to 7,999,974,108. Oh yeah, that would be terrible. I hope nobody does anything horrible tomorrow at 14 PM. That would constitute such a tragic loss of life. One day I'll take my last shot without knowing it either. Elvis knew though. Judge, what is your preferred method of section? Me, I want it to be a surprise. Judge. Knock, knock. Who is it? It's Karen from across. Christians, when someone says Stephen Hawking's went to heaven, the song is called Stairway to Heaven, not Elevator to Heaven. Holy shit. Hey, not gonna lie, I felt so lonely these past couple of days. Anyone wanna chat or summon? You look like somebody dropped hydrofluoric acid over your face. Enjoying a 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi. Warning, commit alert. Poke it back into the bottle and seal it up for another 20 years. My grandfather asked my little brother if he could use his Batman plushie to light the furnace. My brother refused, but today we woke up to this. I mean, what's Batman going to do? Tell his parents? No ice, no stirrer, no glass. We are redefining how whiskey can be enjoyed. Introducing the Glenlivet Capsule Collection # no glass required. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this. Teens are gonna put these in their bits. When you're lying down at night, going back and forth between a show you've seen a million times and scrolling Reddit, just be aware of my presence and don't stare. I'm watching you from the air vent, and I'm a little nervous. Make a glory hole in my wall, you coward. What if aliens invaded Earth, but they were really heat? So we are still clapping alien cheeks, just not at Area 51. They cram in peace. Her eyes are white. Same here. That's good. My eyes are black, please help. His eyes has a weapon. Shoot him. Me in real life. If you could eat one food from any animated movie, what would it be? Mine is the eggs from Shrek. Daphne's Ace from Scooby-Doo. LMAO. I found a human dinger in your dog food. Oh. White people, our ancestors did some horrible things. Not mine, I'm German. German honor is purer than most. How to knock someone out. Thank you, my grandma never stood a chance. How often are your hands in your pants? One hand is gripping my pee-pee right now. I'll grab my nut too in solidarity. Mr. Squidward, I'm being pegged. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? What's your biggest turn on? Mass starvation, genocide, castration, watching them suffer while being ripped apart, all while baiting to minors. Okay, which mother ducker gave this man a wholesome award? Is it Batman's or Badman? Off topic, is it Batman's or Badman? Common misconception, a group of Batman is actually called an orphanage. This plural hurts more than the bullet that shot his parents. What's the funniest thing that's happened on set in your career? There was a guy who was hit by a crane and killed instantly. I couldn't stop laughing. Or, I asked this man if he needed help. He replied that he was waiting for his wife so he could scare her. What if he has dementia and she's been dead for years? This turned dark. Dude, I ain't seen ASL typed out in so ducking long. I feel old as duck at 32. Last time I used it was on Teen Chat in like 2001. I miss my 40s. Wait. Which cartoon character started your sensual awakening? Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. No one else is going to say Princess Miss Piggy chained to a dungeon wall. Oh hello blindage, nice to meet you. Are they? 10% Jamal. 90% good boy, 10% Jamal. I'm religious and would have said no just because I don't like being put on the spot. Memo to those hosting: do not ask a guest to say grace unless the guest happens to be a pastor. As a religious person myself, I live in fear of being the person who is voluntold to say grace. Don't fear it, embrace it. Dear Almighty Lord Satan, you'll never be asked again. If anyone looks at me from under the store, I'm passing on their face. Sounds like a deal to me. God is great. You don't even need to ever read the Bible to see that God is great and that there is God. Little kids with answer beg to differ. And if her mother rejects you too, then go for her father. And if her father rejects you too, then go for the dog. Draw me like one of your French girls. A ratatouille. If every state in the US had a fight, who would win? Alaska can literally just sit on any other state. Smother me in the Alaska Sea. Bless the internet. Students at the Hillcrest Primary School were celebrating their last day of school by jumping inside of a bounce house when a strong gust of wind blew the bounce house 33 feet into the air with the children still inside, causing 6 of them to die after falling out. Well, for 6 of them was the actual last day of school. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Mary had a little lamb. Its heart was black as coal. It crept into her room one night and ate her ducking soul. My hungry ace couldn't be a brain surgeon. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What's the best compliment you've got after Slex? I think you just ducked the answer out of me. Well geez. Can you duck my grandma now? She really needs this. The shower in my hotel is a glass cube in the center of the room. The voyeur suite. Awkward night with mom and grandma. So I just walked in on someone getting a bow jab in the school bathroom. Player 3 has joined. Genie, I wish my parents were dead. I told the genie just before he was snacked back into the bottle. I went downstairs and they were still there, alive and well. Sadly, the older brother and sister were dead in the living room. r/Cursedcomments. Dear neighbors, 4 AM is not an acceptable time to use a washing machine. I have been woken up several times with your washing machine. Please stop. Refrain from using the washing machine before 7 AM. I have been woken up on too many occasions. This is very unfair when people are working. My neighbor sometimes puts her washing machine on at midnight. It's normally alright, but sometimes if it's an unbalanced load it sounds like a skeleton having a wank in it in coffin.